Hello, and welcome to my podcast. My name is Jakia, and this podcast is going to be for the moms. Whether you're a single mom, a married mom, doesn't matter. Being a mom is hard, and at the end of the day, we carry that load, and we don't really have any way to let that frustration, sadness, the heaviness off of our shoulders. So, this is a little community that I'm trying to start because I know I would love to be able to vent and just relate to other moms. And hopefully this is something that will help you too. So, my name is Jakia. Let's see, I have two boys under 2. One is just turned 4 months and the other one is 16 months. So I literally got pregnant 3 months postpartum. But it's been hard. I mean, I was doing it alone when I was living with their dad, but then really doing it alone is, you learn to accept it because it's the choice you made. And I'd rather be alone than be unhappy and let my kids see that. But at the end of the day, it is hard. It's going to be hard no matter what. I mean, you have to constantly put your emotions and your feelings and your thoughts on the back burner so that you can show up for them and be strong for them. And yes, you are allowed to break down or do whatever, take a break. But at the end of the day, they are your focus. They are your focus and they're your priority. And so my problem with my first son was I would never let him stay overnight with anybody. I would never, let people watch him really. And I mean, it was my first child, so, you live and you learn. But at the same time, it's like I exhausted myself. Like, if his dad isn't helping me and I'm over here, struggling to find the motivation to get up or work out or just do everyday things, then that's a problem. And we need to be able to say, hey, I can't be strong all the time. Be able to be vulnerable. You don't have to necessarily vent to people or ask for help, but you do need to be honest with yourself. Like, hey, I need to make the changes. I need to get us into a routine. Just do stuff that will really make an impact on you and your kid's life. Because at the end of the day, there's always room to improve. And there's always something you could do different or better. And being able to accept that and being able to grow and learn as a mom, it makes a big difference. And especially for me, like, I would tell myself, like, oh, it was a long day, I'm doing a lot, but what could I have done differently? What do I want to do more of with my kids or for myself? Like, that's the biggest issue, is realizing that I have to make sure I'm good so that my kids could be good, so that my environment could be good. And if I'm constantly like, oh, well, I can't do this for myself because my kids, because this, because that, then that builds up. And that builds up and it starts to eat away at you, because why aren't you taking care of yourself or making sure that you're good? Like, you want to work out, you want to go out with your friends, you want to go to mom groups and go to concerts, but you have to get there, You have to be able to say, okay, what are the changes I want to make and how can I make them? And actually take the steps to do it, instead of just, oh, well, I want this, but what are you doing to get there? Because anybody could sit around and say, I want my life to change. I want to get to this goal or do this or that. But you have to put in the work. You have to have the discipline. And that's the hardest thing. Once you realize that, you're good. Because then you can get on a schedule. You can get consistent. You could put energy into the things that matter instead of stressing or caring about stuff that's not really going to get you to where you need to be. And so this is going to be a community for that. We'll be able to talk to each other, give advice, reach out, ask questions. Like, I'm no better than anyone else. At the end of the day, I'm a mom. I'm learning every day. I'm growing, I'm a woman. I feel like that whole we need a village thing is not really, we don't really have the village anymore. And that's the thing. People, are so scared to open up to other people because they could backstab them, or people just want to stick to themselves because it's easier. Like, I was in that phase, but I'm ready to have that community. And so I'm also working on like an e-course so that I can help other moms, because I went through postpartum depression. I went through a whole bunch of stuff and I didn't really have the resources. Like, yeah, I was on TikTok and Instagram and I would see a video that helped me out or listen to a song that helped me, but where's an actual guide where I can be like, okay, these are all of the things that'll help me get through what I need to get through, whether it's leaving my kid's dad, getting over that heartbreak of not having this so-called family, but knowing that it's the best choice, dealing with postpartum, just the self-love journey as a mom, because it's really not talked about enough. Like, we need more mom communities. We need more mom conversations, because it is a heavy load. And if we don't have each other, who do we have? And yeah, we have ourselves, we have God or the universe, whoever you believe in, but sometimes it's better to have more, to have that support system, to just realize that you're not alone. People have the same experiences. People handle those experiences the same or differently. And being able to really talk about that and get that off of your chest does help with that weight. And most importantly, give yourself grace, because you're going to have those times where, it was a hard day, a long day, the kids were fussy, you felt off, or maybe a combination of both. And the thing is, whether your kids feel off and then it makes you feel a little wonky or vice versa, you're going to have those days. That's just how it is. But how can you kind of mellow yourself out and accept it? Like, it is what it is. Not every day is going to be like this, What changes can you make so that your kids are on a schedule and they have a routine? They're napping at a certain time so you can handle what you need to do or relax or get stuff done around the house. There's just so much that comes with it. And the only way that we can really help ourselves is to hold ourselves accountable. These goals you want to reach, how can you get there? What can you do? The discipline. How can you change your diet? Can you work out so you can feel better, so you can get energy? Like, for me, I realize like going on a daily walk is good for me and the kids. It puts them out for 2-3 hours after they get a good nap, and I get to get stuff done or relax. And if I didn't have that, it would be very hard. It would be really tough. And so I'm just trying to, share my experiences and also get other experiences and advices from other moms, just so we have that for each other.